Y'all, I'm gonna be stuffing a pumpkin for dinner. This particular recipe I got from Epicurious. It's called Pumpkin Stuffed with Everything Good by Doreen Greenspan. And I've never tried this particular recipe before, but I've stuffed pumpkins many times. I looked up last year on fun ways that I can cook pumpkins because we ended up harvesting over 200 pounds. I wanted some different, unique ways to cook these guys. Now, if you go online, there's tons of different recipes on there. You can also get creative and do your own thing. Today, I'm stuffing this one. It's got cheddar cheese. You can use any type of cheese that you like. Bacon, bread, and I wish I had sourdough. I feel like that would be just perfect for this. Got bacon, fresh garlic, thyme, and chives with a little bit of salt and pepper. Eventually we'll be putting some cream in here as well, heavy whipping cream. But first I'm gonna cut this little die open. I think this is about a 4-pound pumpkin. The recipe calls for 3 pounds, so you'll have to kind of estimate to see how much of the ingredients on the inside you'll need. For a 3-pound pumpkin, it calls for a 1/4 pound of cheese, 1/4 pound of bread, 4 slices of bacon, and of course as much garlic as you like to taste, and salt and pepper, and a tablespoon of thyme. So I did a little bit more than that because I know this one's bigger. But you're gonna think this is silly. Whenever I cover pumpkin, I use this silly kids' Halloween pumpkin knife. But you know, it works really well. I'm just used to using it. I love the smell of fresh pumpkin. Now, homegrown pumpkins I've found, especially this is a Long Island cheese, have a sweetness to them. And one of the things I do enjoy about stuffing a pumpkin is that when you serve, you get a chunk of pumpkin out with it. And that might not be for everybody, but I've just found that homegrown pumpkins are on the sweet side, and I enjoy that. So we'll get the insides cleaned out here, and we'll probably give those to the chicken and then to Lily's bunny Cinnamon. In fact, one of the sweetest pumpkins I've had, y'all, is the ones that Cinnamon planted for us this year. Here, let me show you. I gotta show you. So this is what we call a cinnamon pumpkin, and she planted these throughout the yard for us. And it is a cross between a Long Island cheese, this guy here, and a Tahitian melon. So a Tahitian melon, these are pretty sweet as well. What I liked about this one is that I'm telling you, it cuts like butter. It is so soft, the skin, and very sweet, and there's lots of good meat inside. So I think I'm gonna save seeds from this one here. We will try growing more next year. I didn't find it to be very prolific. I think it made about 1 pumpkin per vine, but she did plant them later on in the year. Maybe if I let them continue, we would have gotten more. But yeah, this one's fun. Let's get this all cleaned out here. Just cut off this. Alright, that should do it. The 3-pound pumpkin should take about 2 hours. This guy, probably 2.5 hours. But I made the mistake one time to stuff a pumpkin that was really big. Let me show you. One like this. This is a Jarndale here. And that was a mistake. It took forever to cook in the oven, you guys. Yeah, if you're gonna stuff one, do a littler one here. Oh, looks like we left a seed. No, 2 seeds. I think what I'll do is just mix this up, and I'll add the cream last. It calls for, I think, a 1/4 cup. Let me see. No, a 1/3 cup. So since this is a bit of a bigger pumpkin, I'll start with a 1/3, and then I'll add a little bit more and decide how much I want. You don't want it in this particular recipe, from what she said, to be watery. That looks good. It smells good too. You do want to put a little bit of salt and pepper in your pumpkin. Okay, let's get this in here without making a mess. Ooh. Hopefully we can get this stuffed just right. Ooh, lots of cheese. Pear. That looks about good. Pour the cream in. And when you cook your pumpkin, you want to make sure you put it in a pan because it will drip and leak out a little bit. I'm definitely going to put in more cream than that. I don't want it to be dry either, you know? And I was hoping to get this in the oven earlier, y'all, but I got distracted out in the garden planting more seeds. I'm planting some purple lettuce to add some more color to the garden. There's a pretty mini romaine version. Then there's another one called red sail. Now, the pumpkin will make its own juices too, so I don't want to go overboard. All right. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's get this guy in the oven. The oven is also at 350. I set the timer for 2 hours and I'll come and check it. I cooked a Long Island cheese a few weeks back and I stuffed it with chili. And I don't feel like that one took very long at all. It was about this size, so we'll see. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup. I will get back with you guys in a bit. Y'all, I can smell the pumpkin. It smells delicious. I just thought I'd check on it. We still have another 25 minutes left, but it looks done to me, so it didn't even take 2 hours. Wow. Check it out. See how we have lots of stuff dripping out of the pumpkin? That's why we want to make sure we've got it in a pan. Ooh, it smells good and it looks good. You hear it sizzling? I find it's best to use a spoon to kind of scoop the top off because everything cooks down and gets very soft. I'm gonna go ahead and scoop it all out so that you can kind of see. And serve it up for my family so that it's not too hot when they're ready to eat. So we wanna make sure we go on to the sides here and scoop out some of that pumpkin. I'm gonna let that cool. I'm gonna have a bite so I can let you know how it is. All right, y'all. I'm gonna make sure I get a nice chunk of this squash too. Okay. Wow, that's really good. Oh my gosh. I can really taste that extra garlic that I decided to put in here. I'm so glad I did that. I went ahead and put a whole garlic in there, not just a few cloves. That's delicious. And yes, I think that sourdough would be amazing in this recipe. I'm gonna do that next time. My gosh. Okay, y'all. I hope that you try one of these because it's just so fun to stuff a pumpkin and it's very festive. I'm gonna be doing one for sure for Thanksgiving. I did one last year. It's just too fun to see a beautiful pumpkin like that on your Thanksgiving table. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Take care and we'll see you next time.